Today, Grow Garden released a part 2 of the Christmas event. And if you've been on my channel, you probably saw that I made my update review on it, so I've gotten to see everything in the updates. However, there was one thing that I had not gotten to see just yet. And that was actually how the developers decide to do the admin abuses, because from what I've heard, they were terrible and I wanted to see one for myself. I woke up this morning and I noticed that the update had actually not released yet. It was still part 1 of the event and I was curious on what happened. And then I quickly remembered that the update time had changed and it was Saturday, December 13th at 11 a.m. for me. Typically, it's at 8 a.m., so usually I get to see the updates a lot earlier, or the admin abuse at least starts at 8 a.m. And so this time I actually had the opportunity to join the game and see what was going on, because I really felt like one of the reasons the game has been dying is because of the terrible admin abuses. If you've ever heard about them, everybody says they suck. And well, according to this poll right here at some players, good update, no. Good admin abuse, definitely no. And well, I will have to say I had my own share of it and I got to actually record all of it, and I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot to talk about. Personally, I like this admin abuse time, so I have to give the developers that. In my opinion, it was a good admin abuse time. Now, not only am I also going to talk about just the admin abuse, but I'm also going to talk about the update itself, a lot of your complaints, so hopefully some of the developers will hear it and they'll be able to make some changes. But when I came to join the admin abuse, I noticed the game had actually not even had 1 million players. I'm assuming this has been pretty common the last few weeks. I mean, the game's kind of been cooked, and oh my god, I did not see there was a portal coming out the sky for that. But the updates have just not been good. I mean, the last one was good. However, this part 2 update, yeah, no. And I have a lot to say about that as well. This right here is the player count for every Grow Garden updates within the past month. It basically shows the peaks, and well, as you can see, last weekend, the update of the Christmas event where they introduced it, the game got 1.6 million players. However, with the most recent one, the highest I can get up to, I mean, bro, it is so hard to even get to this number. If we're looking at the 10-minute thing, you can see the highest was 860,000, which is half of last weekend. I was quickly shocked by this. I was like, what the heck? There is no way Grow Garden has gotten to this point. And man, when I played through this admin abuse, and when I tell you this was the worst admin abuse that I have personally participated in, I'm not even joking. And I'm not just talking about Grow Garden admin abuses. It was the worst for Grow Garden, but it was by far the worst admin abuse I have played in any game, period. I was planning on actually recording the whole thing, and I did get some footage, but I ended up not even getting the entire thing because it was so rubbish. This right here is my recording of the admin abuse. As you can see, it does start with Jai Latte, or actually Jandel, doing the commands, and he's just talking a lot about random stuff. I mean, as you can see, this starts at update in 52 minutes, and then the last second of this video ends at 1 minute. So I basically stayed through the entire thing. However, for the most part, at the first half, Jandel was running this admin abuse, and I have a lot to say about that. I don't even want to believe that was Jandel at this point anymore, although I did check, it was definitely Jandel doing it. But Jandel's part was probably the worst out of all of it, and I feel like it was so weak in comparison to previous admin abuses, especially earlier on in the game's life. I do understand that the developers don't want to make admin abuses too OP. However, what we were shown right there is probably worse than the first admin abuse we ever got inside the entire game. That guy did a total of like 10 events throughout the entirety of the first 30 minutes. I don't know what the count even was. It was so bad. When I tell you this was the most disappointing thing I have ever participated in, I mean it. And then eventually, dev named David came in, and I love this guy, by the way. Like, he actually does a ton of admin abuse things. Still not that good, but, you know, we got the Blizzard event happening, the one that's been in the game for a while, and then we got some new admin abuses. And, hold on, if we go further down, yeah, there was this little mini game thing. This was actually pretty cool. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot not believe Grow Garden was able to pull this off within an update. This was an amazing little mini game thing you could play. And then on top of that, there were more things. David was leaking random stuff, and then they also had this little Santa sleigh thing coming in at the end. It's apparently not called Santa, it's called Samta, this guy over here, and apparently he's already roaming the map. It was definitely a way better finish to the admin abuse, don't get me wrong. I gotta give them credit on that. They definitely picked it up near the end. I did go AFK for a few minutes during the admin abuse, but from what I was there for, there was actually 0 restocks of stuff. The only thing I noticed was they gave us these admin packs, which give you some of the worst seeds in the entire game. Oh, we got a bug egg. Okay, actually, that's not that bad. But you can get some trash, like a grape, bro. Why would I get a grape from an admin pack? Like, bro, even Steal a Brain Rot does better than this. But let's look at the last reward, and it's a rare egg. Amazing. Wow, I really needed that. Thank you so much. But David did kind of help up and carry the admin abuse near the end. However, for the most part, it was trash. No wonder why only 11% of the people from that poll I showed you guys earlier actually liked it. Now on to the update content itself, because in my last video, I did a full guide, and now it's time to get deep into it. Wait, hold on, pause, bro. Not like that. But something new with this update, the only really fully new thing, I guess, not even fully, is this thing right here, which is actually behind a time limit that seems to be 10 minutes every single time. Basically, you can submit Christmas mutated plants, which I got plenty of because there was probably more snow mutations going on during that admin abuse than there was actual mutation events by the devs. But the developers basically launched a lot of this stuff, and it basically is a little gift that you can get one of every 10 minutes. Now, this gift is a little bit interesting because yes, there is some good and there is some bad. The bad is it's every 10 minutes. People hate this. I mean, this poll already has 300 stars on it, but remove the stupid gift cooldown. We want to play your game, not AFK Simulator. And that's true. The game is about growing a garden. It's not supposed to be a chore where you come in every 10 minutes to do this thing. Let players do it at the rate they want to, similar to how we had the last one. It was nice. I mean, I do understand some sort of little limits, but maybe like 1 to 2 minutes max, bro. Not 10 minutes. It's crazy. You're only able to get 6 of these an hour, and the chances of you actually getting one that is very good is pretty minimal because the rainbow gift is 2%. And honestly, the rewards in this is a little bit disappointing too. Now, keep in mind, in the past, when you wanted to actually buy an egg that like had a premium version inside of the exclusive shop, the free-to-play version, you could probably just it used to be to where like you could go to the shop and you could just buy the egg whenever it's in stock. Well, not only with this update are you behind this 10-minute time limit, but you have to also pray it to God that you actually get, I believe, like the lowest thing you can get, maybe is the mythical, or I forgot what it is. Yeah, you have an 11% chance that you get it from the common gift every 10 minutes, and that only gives you 1. And then after that, if you actually want to get anything good inside of this, good luck, bro, because you gotta hatch it and start praying then again. The point is, the chances of me actually getting what I want from this pack is very unlikely. I mean, obviously, in the best one, sure, I got a Christmas egg. But now, I had to wait 10 minutes to get that. And now, when I plant this thing, I have to wait another 4 hours in order to get the pet inside. And what are the odds with it being 49% that it's not just this little stupid bird? The point I'm trying to make in simple terms is that the game is too hard. It seems like a chore, and some of the items that get added inside the update, which by the way, I very much appreciate the efforts of the developers, and they've been cooking. However, most of that, most players can't even touch. Like this rainbow gift, bro, if you get this to pop up, congratulations, because the odds of many of this happening, yeah, it's not too good. And just out of curiosity, bro, let me just skip the growth on this thing. Boom, 49 tokens. Take it, bro. Let me see. Oh my god, I have no inventory space. Great. And that's another thing, bro. Instead of focusing on, giving the players more inventory space and adding more ways in order to get them for Christmas, we are focused on getting content that is not really unlockable because it's too hard. Here we go. Let's ascend in the garden ascensions. What are you selling? Come on, let me increase my limit. Pet inventory capacity upgrade. Yes, please. Did it also add a secondary version for this, which is pretty cool? Like, they are looking into this, but I still think we need a lot more. Bro, please tell me I have enough now. I'm gonna crash out if I don't. Okay, yes, I got it. And, oh, it's a reindeer. Talking about the reindeers, that actually takes me to some part of the game that is pretty good. With this update, they introduced this one specific item, and that actually is the sleigh, which luckily you can get this out of the shop simply. And this thing says 8 guide the sleigh, yet it longs for 1 more. Well, if you didn't watch my last video, let me tell you what it is. Basically, it allows you to summon this ritual where if you have 8 level 100 of these reindeer pets, which you get from the Christmas egg, you are able to make this Rudolph pet. And the Rudolph pet is very good. Or I should say, it at least was good, not anymore. But this was the Rudolph pet, where every few or so minutes it grants 2,000 XP to a random non-deer pet in your garden. And that is 2,000 per reindeer that you have equipped. And then every 10 minutes, it mutates your fruit to the ornamented mutation, depending on the number of reindeers once again. Now, I should mention, I don't know what this was nerfed to, but this was a very good pet to grind for. It is grindy, once again, which does suck. I feel like that's most part of this update, and most of the updates inside the game now. It is very grindy and too little rewardy. Wait, does that even make sense? But my point is, they took something that was so good a part of this event where, you know, you could combine these reindeers that you would literally have to get 8 of to level 100. And then you would be able to get this Rudolph pet, which has now been nerfed. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what the new stats of this pet is, but you could expect it to probably be the same stuff, except a whole lot worse. From what I've been understanding recently, though, is that Jandel is basically a lost cause man. From being, I guess, the person who literally carried Grow a Garden, he has quickly, like, switched sides, and I guess he just doesn't care about this game as much anymore. I mean, the player demographics show themselves. If you look at daily and look at all time, bro, look at this graph. The fall off for the game is actually absurd. Don't get me wrong, Grow Garden is not a dead game. It has still like 100,000 players currently, although it is constantly dropping, hence why I say it's dying. It's definitely not dead, and it's far from dead. It'll still probably get updates for many more months to come until the developers feel like it's not generating them enough money. And that's probably another very popular complaint, pay to win inside this game. Like, we used to literally be able to restock something like this shop for our shekels. Then they added infinite shekels into the game pretty much through a bunch of bugs, and now in order to restock you have to pay Robux. Oh, if you want to skip this quest, yeah, you gotta pay Robux. Oh, and do you want to do this quest again? Well, guess what? There is a repeat gift button. However, you have to pay more Robux. The developers are putting tons of efforts into these updates, but not in the right sense. Admin abuses don't feel the same. They're junk. The updates, they have quality and they have put a lot of effort into them, but most people can't even get to see the best of it. And I do appreciate all of you guys listening, all of the developers listening, but please, let's make more steps into the right direction, I feel like. Because, yeah, at this rate, it's not going to be too hot. And, bro, has anyone still seen this peppermint vine in stock? Because, personally, I haven't. And talking about transcendent seeds, that leads to one of the most popular things inside of the game. And, well, that is the gingerbread blossom. Yeah, still to this day, if you actually lose your streak, you're completely out of obtaining this thing. And the only way you can come back is by spending some Robux. And trust me, they've took monetization to the next level. They added a recover all button, and it literally recovers the amount you need to recover all at once. Boom, 98 Robux, just like that. Or at least I paid it in tokens. Now, believe it or not, I think the developers actually had a method that they were going to add into the game where you could obtain this for free. If you guys watched my update video, which I highly recommend, there was this little currency up on top. Now, if I go ahead and look at this inside the current game, like I said, I'm pretty sure, or I'm definitely sure that this is gone. Yeah, it is absolutely gone. It's no longer there. I'm pretty sure this was something to maybe restore your streaks, because I could not imagine it being anything else, but that has been removed, and that's not the only thing that has actually not been added to the game. The developers had a Safari event type of global milestone thing, and one of the rewards we were guaranteed was a global or North Pole weather mutation machine, which I believe, from what I know of the name, it's probably going to be something that you are able to launch your own events, whether that be Robux, which I hope not, but it could be shekels, who knows. Yeah, that also never made it to the final cut of this update, and it was unlocked, so the developers were supposed to add it either in this update or the one that's coming next weekend, and so it's probably going to be next weekend. If not, then we're going to have a lot of issues. But let me know what you guys think. I'm very interested. What do you think about the game? What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? And do you have any complaints? Because the developers did say they're watching these videos, and I hope they are, because we need some changes. But if you enjoyed this video, hurry up and watch this video on the screen right here. Please, I went ahead and handpicked it for you myself. It's a way better video than this one, and hopefully not as much complaining. So hurry up and click it. This video is about to end. Until then, bye!